today on Exploring Africa with Fashion, we're exploring Oni's Palace in Ile-Ife, Osun State. Going into the palace, first you see the gates, and as you're entering inside, you see a statue of one of the previous kings. And apart from the fact that this place is an historical site to the Yorubas, it is a shrine. It's also a graveyard. Yeah, at least 6 people are buried in. Actually, there are 4 courts in Oduduwa's palace, and I'll take you through the course. So before we go further, I'd like to show you the outfit of the day. It's a 2-piece that we named the Oni piece. It's a corset top and a puffer skirt. This is a design that we made for an international brand, and they're still selling. So if you would like to patronize, if you would like to get a piece for yourself, you can order if you're in the UK, and if you're in Nigeria also, you can also place order. You can reach out to us on our social media handles, and if you're in the UK, you can reach out to Accent Clothing and get your own piece. It's a very, very unique piece made from Ankara with Actually, there are 4 courts in
Oni's Palace,
and I'll take you through the course. The first court is the Obese court, and then the next court is the court of the chiefs, and then the third one is the Oni himself. How the Obese court works is when anybody have dispute, they go to Obese court and they try to settle the dispute with them. And just the way we have it in modern day, like when you're not comfortable with the ruling you get in one court, you're allowed to move to the next court. If you're not still comfortable, you're still allowed to move to the next one. And the third, if the issue is not still sorted, you take it to Oni himself. Oni is the third court. And this time around, Oni usually sorts the issues, and both parties are always okay with whatever ruling they get. But just in case, there are still cases of exceptions where people are still being bent on hurting each other even after Oni's intervention. So after this, Oni takes them to the 4th court, and the 4th court is called Ile-Ashe. I'm going to give you a brief story about this Ile-Ashe. So a long time ago, there was this man usually descend from heaven with chains around his waist down to a particular spot in Ile-Ife. This man is a blacksmith, and whenever he comes down from heaven, he would make his work. This time there wasn't thieves around, so people are allowed to leave their market. He just puts this number of stones inside your products, and people would understand how much you want to sell them. So this man will come from heaven, do his work, his blacksmith work, put the number of stones he wants beside his goods, and then go back to heaven. Many people go and come about his store, his shop, and be like, wow, this is impressive. It's quite out of this world. How come? What's going on? Who is this man? After a while, some people in the town, they went to the king to report the matter to him. So the king reached out to this man. The king sent his people to go check this man out and to invite him to the palace. So this man pleaded with the king's people that came to him and said he wouldn't be able to come because of the chains around his waist, because the chains would not let him reach the palace because he's restricted to a particular place. The king understood his point of view and decided to go visit him at his blacksmith shop. The king went to him and decided and they were having conversations, and the king told him, this your art, this your work, it is very impressive, and I would like you to please stay with us the more. Don't go back to heaven as often as you do. Please stay with us for a while instead of going back to heaven. The man also refused and still insisted he wanted to go back to heaven, and that if he should teach some people, they would kill him with whatever it is, with all of the work he was teaching them, that they would kill him with it eventually. After so much persuasion, he eventually agreed to stay. He stayed for a while, and the king also gave him a beautiful wife. He was living with his wife in Ile-Ife, and over time, after he had taught some of the people, they went to open up their own store, and they were doing well. But most especially, people of this village, they still wanted this man's craft other than the ones he taught, because they believe his own craft is from the original source instead of going to the apprentice. So his apprentice later got jealous, so they gathered themselves together and they decided to kill their boss. So they met with his wife and told her you would want to know the secret of your husband. What exactly is his power? So this woman was like, okay, if you want me to do this for you, that's easy. This blacksmith's power is within the chains around his waist. And this man also likes some certain food. He said they should prepare him yam with palm oil. That is one of his favorite food. This man wasn't around when they were discussing this issue with the wife. And after he came back, this woman already prepared his favorite food. And when he was already eating, this woman also called the apprentice and told them, hello, he's back and he's around for you to come and see. So they went to him and they all planned to kill him. This is sad, yeah, but they planned to kill this man. They cut off the chains around his waist, so this rendered this man powerless, and there was no chain for him to go back to heaven. He had to stay back, and all of it was in his shop actually. And while he was there, everything that he had made, everything turned to stone, and that is Ile-Ashe for you. Ile-Ashe in Ile-Ife right now still has the site at which this man turned to stone. He turned to pure stone. It's blacksmith stuffs. It's a site of worship right now. When you go to Ile-Ife, when you go to the King's Palace, it is a space of worship at the moment, and it's blacksmith work. They are all still present in Oni's palace. Would you like to visit this place? As in, with the story that I just told you, are you not interested in viewing this site? Trust me, you will be impressed. You would be. So let me know what you think. If you believe this story, if you feel it is true, and if you don't believe, please do take your time to go visit Ile-Ashe in Osun, in Oni's palace in Osun State. Do well to go visit and come give me your feedback. Anyway, that's gonna be all for now. I still remain yours in fashion, yours in African fashion, Olukemi Omotoke, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.